So, and one of the skills is we're going to talk today about. It's Amazon images, right? So we do not sell products on Amazon. We sell Amazon images. We sell images to the customers. People are looking at the images and making purchase decision. Of course, what are the three main skills to dominate Amazon? Like three main skills. Like if you are good in these three skills, there's no way you can make less than 6 figures per month. But you have to be good in these three skills. The number one skill, how to be more valuable with your main image than others. I mean, it's as crazy and stupid as it sounds, this is simply as it is. Like when you enter the market, then people are looking at the main images and how are you more valuable than others? Or maybe we could say like, basically it's like a value proposition. How can you come up and be valuable and different than others, right? The second skill is to of course SEO and positioning yourself like a keywords, all the keywords like SEO because Amazon's search engine. And third one is of course ads, like basically images, ads, and SEO. Three things. The easiest is SEO. Second easiest is images. The third one, the most difficult one, is ads. This is like a completely out of other world, you know. But this is like luckily you don't need to be good in this because no one is really good in this except some really special nice persons. But today we speak about the second skill, which is about images. And I promise when when it started on Amazon, I remember that Amazon A+ wasn't even there. There was no such thing. And what is that A+? When you start selling on Amazon, then this is your product description. That's how it looks like, right? But when you register your brand and you can do the A+ content, then you can turn this area there, that area there, you can turn into this, you know, or this, right? Which is basically means that you can now put so much more about your product into that area. And it matters because, first of all, it increases sales, right? And secondly, you could give, like, people don't read, right? They don't like reading, right? So the pictures are the most important things. And usually if you do it well, actually what is well, then you can increase your sales. But like a good is not good anymore. You need to be really good. And today I'm going to show how can you be really good. So the point of this EBC here is really simple. Number one, to stop people scrolling. Number two, to grab them into your story, right? Number three, how your product matters. You can tell them now. You build trust with them. You engage with them. You can compare things or ideas and information with them on there. And of course, it's for SEO and additional keywords. Remember, SEO was one big part of succeeding on Amazon because it's a search engine and you need to know how that search engine reads your listing and where are you actually positioning yourself. And you know, maybe you're going too broad, which hurts your listing. So I've found some results from the internet, from the videos. I went through some stuff. So what people are saying about the account brand content, which is A+ content. And some of them saying that, you know, they are really, really happy about that, especially when you do well with this EBC, right? And some of the people even saying that the conversion rate of the product, which is normally 15 to 20%, went up to 87% after this account brand content, which is crazy. I never seen 87% in my life. I had 50, some 55 once. I heard from one Estonian guy they made like almost 60, but I've never seen 87. So some of the examples here. Like imagine if you scroll down your page. And by the way, your mobile view is one of the most important views on your Amazon listing. And when you scroll on mobile, this is how it's supposed to look like, right? It's supposed to look like really cool, right? And if you're able to do stuff like that, it's basically what we call them, it's infographics, right? Then you can really take people to slow down, don't jump around, spend time a little bit here, read what I have to say, and hopefully you will choose me, right? And again, like this is something that you don't need to reinvent. It is actually something that is actually pretty easy to figure out. It just requires a little bit of knowledge. Now, what happened lately, like this was now the premium A plus content is available for brand owners. And, you know, it used to cost $100,000 to have premium A plus content, but now it's for free. And the difference between premium and the basic is basically the advanced features and the width. Like the premium is bigger. So remember, like the more white space you can occupy, the more influence you can have, right? The more you can influence. And so basically, it also has different type of, like a video, for example. You can put video into premium, while in normal A plus content, you couldn't add video at all. So I'm going to walk you through now some of the modules, you can see that the A plus content is divided into sections, right? So I'm going to walk you through now all the different sections. So after this, you know, this message, this call here, you know exactly already like what is the A plus and what can you do there. So different modules in Amazon A plus are, you can put full image with the text there, or you can put premium full video with the text there. Now, example of the video is something like this, right? You can put that below your venue product description area. It's pretty cool. Or you could do this full background with an image, the text. The text also has SEO capabilities. It will rank, you put the keywords there. You can also put like a text on the left, image on the right, or you can put two columns of text and image, and two columns of pictures and text is below the picture, or you put four pictures and text is below the picture. Now, one of the examples here, for example, is this. You can have a picture background, and now we have this text there. The text is it's customizable, and it's really cool. You can do really cool stuff with this. Or, for example, these four pictures and text is below the picture. You can show your product on different angles, different places, different ways, you know, whatever matters to the customer, whatever you think that can matter to the customer. And again, it's pretty cool. Now, we also have comparison tables. Now, if you say, this is especially cool when you have different childs under your listing. Now you can compare your own products when they scroll down. Maybe they want to add something extra. Maybe they want to choose your different product on your listing, right? And some of the examples here are, for example, this one. It's bullet points, and you can see which one you like. It's done for your own products. And second comparison here looks like this. It's again pretty cool. Sometimes if the product is really feature driven, like there's a lot of things you need to know, and there's a lot of different designs and you know, different features, then this is really handy. Especially when you can put your, especially when you have a lot of different childs under your listing. I'm not aware that you can put your competitors there, because this will be, you know, not cool for Amazon, you know, but you can do it for your own products. And even for these products that are not on your listing, they are like your other listings. So you can show different of your own different brand products and compare it to each other. Now, some of the examples, again, which can be, for example, in this particular moment, you don't see any of these comparisons there. You can see just, what are these? These are just simple pictures with texts. That's it, right? So we don't need to overthink it. We don't need to use these modules. But of course, if you can use these modules, they're really cool, right? And you see, like there are really different type of styles. There's different type of colors, there's different type of fonts, there's different type of feelings. And I guess the question arises, like what type of feeling and color and font and type of emotion you want to convey, right? Then there's the hotspots. This is something that Premium Plus has now. Old A Plus didn't have that, but Premium Plus has that. So when you can do these spots on the image, and when someone is like rolling over those places, you can have a pop-up text. So you don't need to show a lot of text from the start and confuse people. You can put bullets or places on the image, and pop-up text appears when you hover over that area. And you can see these are the gray ones here are the ones that you can hover over, to see more specific areas. Like for example, you can speak about that area or that area or that area or that area of the product. Pretty cool. Now, there's different type of carousels as well. Like for example, you can do this type of carousel where you can put like a different navigation, like and you can put image carousels, like the image with text carousels, or basically buttons. Whenever you click something, the new image appears. Or video carousels, like you can put different videos. Different videos how to use your product, whatever tips you can find. Maybe these videos don't need to be done by you. Whoever can do these videos, you can download them, find them. They can be relevant they have to be relevant for your product, but they don't necessarily need to be like your videos, your. And so this example here where you can just a random carousel here where you can, by clicking different buttons, you can see different image basically. All right. There's also Q&A. I think it's really cool because you can ask people asking questions, and it's funny that like there's so many questions people have, and sometimes they're not addressed with your listing images and nowhere else. And this is where you can somehow like, okay, so well, I still have some questions. Well, they answer my questions here. Really good. It also acts as a SEO, and there's also like some other module which is premium technical specifications that you can add if there's necessity. Like for example, if you're selling like a hard drive or some electronics, you're gonna want to have like maybe premium technical specifications, because Amazon doesn't have anywhere these type of specifications. Other option for you to add specifications is to the Amazon listing images, right? But now you can separately bring them out if you want. Questions and answers looks like this, and yeah. So what you can do is basically you can create these stacks upon each other and replace all these images there, right? And text, right? You can choose whatever stacks you want. And the key to this type of approach is for you to somehow study each module first and try to like learn, like brainstorm what can you do with each module and what images you actually have, and play around with this and just test them out, like test them, it's funny that like again, second option, you don't test them at all, you just find something from Pinterest, right? And look at this example here. This is really, really cool, So the sections here are, this is just an image, right? And the sections are cut off on the white areas. Like for example, I'm sure that this one section is cut from here, right? The second section is cut from here, right? Then one section is cut from here, right? But when everything combined, it really feels cool, like really, really cool. I love this. This is beautiful art, right? It's nice to look at. You start looking at it. And when you are able to grab people's attention, then you are able. The more time they spend on your listing, the more likely they buy. That's the fact, by the way. That's why that's why your goal is to somehow grab them as quickly as possible. And remember, below A+ content and on top of A+ content, you have other people advertising their products. So the longer you make that A+ content, the better is for you, right? And the specific, like the really way, like the Canva, in the Canva, like anyone can do that in a few days. It's not difficult at all, because that's what Canva is meant for. Canva is meant to exactly doing things like this. They have all the backgrounds. All you need to do is just make pictures with your white on your phone on a white background, or some background, whatever, and just put the text on it. So the question always is, when it comes to Amazon listing images, like what is the feeling, emotion, and then story and information? Like first comes feeling, emotion, then story and information, in my opinion. And it's impossible for us to figure out that ourselves. What is the feeling and emotion? Rather, what I recommend is just go and find it from Pinterest. And of course, like I always say, like ask about your own product. What is that? Is your purchase decision for your product done emotionally or biologically? Like, is your product like this gift, or is it like emotional purchase here, right? While this kitchen sink trainer is not emotional. You don't feel better. It's somehow like it's logic. You want to see what it does and how it's made, right? Also, easy to understand or hard to understand. Of course, if the product is hard to understand, the first part of your EBC obviously needs to go into explaining how your product works, right? Then you need to ask yourself, what is your target audience? Because as you see, these images can be completely different when compared who is the buyer. Is the woman or is the man, right? Or maybe it's for kids. And ask yourself, what is this target audience? What do they like? What they don't like? And then what colors they prefer. Like, obviously, you already know that, for manly products, it's dark, like bluish colors. For women, it's more like this type of gentle colors, right? And the feeling is the same thing, right? Now, when it's a unisex product, like this mask here, then it's pretty much something in between, right? It's security colors, like it goes like a bluish stuff. Now, second thing you can always ask, like, what is do you have any hook, any titles that you can put, like, what story can you tell them? Do you have a story? I mean, if you don't have a story, then you can think about, like, maybe I can build a story around my product, right? Or maybe you can answer some questions with your EBC, like this, like for example here, they answer how the kitchen sink strainer works, right? Or about this boost your brain with mind dust, and then they explain how it works, what is it made from, then based nootropic ingredients, and la 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 la, and how to use it at the end. And so question always is like, what do you add any call to action to the end? Some of them add, some of them not. I prefer adding it. I think it's nice to add. And eventually, colors, fonts, design, this is the feeling. That's the feeling that you need to convey. You need to ask yourself, what's the feeling I want to convey? And text, info, and features and comparison is what you're trying to say, right? So basically, like colors, fonts, design is the feelings, and text, info, and information and features, they're like about like what are you trying to say, right? So there's two aspects to it. One is the feeling, and the second is like the information. Now you can always go and start everything from Pinterest. Like this is where you want to inspire yourself, and I actually recommend you really do the Pinterest account if you don't have it, because I mean, like Amazon, like I said, one key element on Amazon is not being mediocre on the images. And how else? I mean, like I'm not a graphic designer, but when I'm browsing on the Pinterest, I can see different, different pictures, different ideas, different levels, different standards, and there's some really cool stuff there. And if you can notice something, or if something grabs your attention about your product, like you type in your product name there, or your product type there, then here you go. You have maybe found something that you really want. And the key always is not that the problem. We always have two problems when it comes to the images. First problem is, what do I want? The second problem, how can I get it done, right? The first problem is a bigger one than the second problem, because there's plenty of graphic designers in the world. But what the heck do you want your listing to be and show? I think that's that's a bigger problem than other problems. And being able to understand what you want is one of the things that we really want to figure out. How can we know what we want? I mean, life in general, the happiness in your life is knowing what you want and where are you going, right? On what road and path you are and why you're doing what the hell you're doing, right? And again, like so Pinterest is a great way to inspire yourself, like going different ways. So I guess that's it. So yeah, I hope you liked it. So do yourself a Pinterest account, and then hang around here and see maybe you can find your product ideas here. Maybe you can find, if you don't find your product here, what you want to sell, you can find maybe a similar product you want to sell here, or similar product to your product that you are selling or you want to sell, and you can find cool stuff from here. And I'm telling you, this is just about better it gets. I like it because I never talked about it before, but I like it because I have a lot of information in front of me, and I just can simply stop right now and just spend easily 10 to 15 seconds to scan. Is there something that grabs my attention? And just go forward and go next. Is there something that grabs my attention again, right? And just keep opening them in the new pages.